Oh my word, oh my word. What a game that was. Ghana winning against Panama. That was truly special. That was truly special on so many levels. And Yirenkyi with the goal for Ghana. Anyway, welcome to Extra Time. And it's been some very exciting World Cup season. The first round of matches is over. The second round of matches is about to get underway, and the Black Stars have started really well. They've started really well, and we're excited about that. I've got Penty here. I've got Walter here. All of them are excited in their Ghana jersey representing. Yeah. Yes.
Wait. You just see the original. You just see the original. No, check your jersey. The original.
Yo, your jersey the original.
No, you're just see the original.
Why? Where I tell you want proof for that. You sound.
Joe, go ahead.
Hey.
Go ahead.
That is for the mood inside. They do the ceramics. My jersey the original. How dare you?
Go ahead.
How dare you? My jersey the original.
Go ahead.
Anyway, that was a really good one. Ghana with a win there. Really good start for the team. And some of you can hear from our voices that, look, Charlie, no, man, it's been long hours. But it's not just Ghana who have been playing. There's been some really great performances. Lionel Messi, 38 years of age, last dance, and my word, hat-trick in his first game. But Kylian Mbappe was lurking in there. 2 goals. Erling Haaland in his first World Cup tournament, 2 goals. And Harry Kane doing what Harry Kane does best, with a brace and a banger. My days, man. That's really good. The World Cup has been good, guys.
Yeah.
So far, so good, isn't it? Pure entertainment, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, there are people who have said that it's been a slow start if you take a World Cup. That like the nature of it, 3 teams, three nations hosting it, and then the countries being many. You would expect that the excitement will be much higher than what we are seeing. But from what I've seen so far, it's been of much interest. And I think the level has been very high, especially you take the Argentina match, Japan match, yesterday Ghana's match, and then Morocco's match, and then Brazil's match, and Senegal's match as well. I mean, all these fixtures has been a cracker. I mean, some of the matches have been a midnight one. Some of us have managed to watch them. Some we've not been able to watch them. But, you know, you watch the highlights and you are like, wow. You wow at the goals. You wow at the moves. And then some of the players too coming through have also stepped up. Some of the body, Penty's own player. Penty has been hyping that boy in the office and all that. So, Charlie, big matches and all that. But I was excited yesterday for Ghana's match. I was watching it with my brothers, and then they were so against Ghana, saying that the team are not playing very well. But you have to consider where the team is coming from. I mean, Panama have played 3 friendly matches on the streak. Ghana have played only 1 matches. Fitness level counts. Cohesion counts. Being together without playing friendly matches for almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks could be a problem. And then we saw it manifest in the first hours of the game. Ghana doing so well to hold on to their guard. And I think we have to give massive credit to Carlos Queiroz. Carlos Queiroz did excellently well, brilliantly well. And he admitted it in the presser that Ghana had to suffer. And I think that's very good.
It was a necessary suffering, isn't it, Penty? We needed to suffer. We know we needed to suffer because we had spoken extensively about it. That, look, the fact that Coach Carlos has had just 1 game, the lead up to the World Cup, meant that his first game was going to be a very big experiment, and he needed to get it right. In the first half of that game, you could tell that, look, Charlie, things were shaky. and explained why a lot of people were left frustrated at the first half. Because, I mean, on my page, for instance, I just posted that it was halftime, and hey, in my comment section, we were like, Charlie Blasters or Mass and Devia Jamanquano winning. We say, hey, even in the first 5 minutes, people were already attacking the Black Stars.
Yeah.
And I remember telling guys, "Look, Charlie, relax. It's just 5 minutes. Relax. You know, it's a slow start, but they will get into the game." Then people were like, "Hey, what?" I say, "Hey, Charlie."
Yeah, if you look at what Carlos Queiroz has done with these boys, I think this is the first time I've seen the team so disciplined in terms of how we approach the game. The back four had been superb, and in that game, we were much disciplined as a team, cohesively going in terms of how we defended. You wouldn't see a clear-cut opportunity from Panama, where it was a me and keeper situation, or they had an opportunity where they could have scored easily. All the chances they created, there were chances where they were half chances. They were not clear-cut opportunities, and we saw some brilliant goalkeeping from Atizigi and Benjamin Asari also. But what Carlos Queiroz has done is to make sure these players know how to work hard for the ball, suffer when it needs to suffer, get that chances, and we got it at the end.
Yeah.
We got only just 2 chances, the one that Jordan had. Okay, someone will also say that the Brandon Thomas Asante,
Yeah, that was a good chance.
it was a good chance, but it was later flagged off for offside.
Yeah.
But those were moments that you could tell that now the team wanted.
Because in the entirety of the first half, we had just 1 shot on target.
Yeah.
And the only team to have done that was France against Senegal.
Yeah.
You know, so the first half we were like completely missing in the game. It was just like we were just defending, trying to save our lives.
Yeah, considering this World Cup as well, some of these big teams also suffered in the first half. And even some suffered in 90 minutes. We saw Spain against Cape Verde. Even though they had most of the ball, they couldn't score. We also saw similar thing against France. In that game, in the first half, they didn't play anything. It was just individual brilliance, in my opinion. Yeah. If you have Olise and Mbappe in your team, you can't tell me that they won't be able to. We didn't have an Olise in our team. We didn't have an Mbappe in our team. Yes, in terms of the quality, the players that we have, they did so well yesterday. I really like the way the midfield combination of Elisha Owusu and Yirenkyi worked. Even though we saw a bit of lapses in Elisha Owusu's game, but going forward,
I think we made the most of them. We made the most of them.
Yeah.
They wouldn't necessarily be the
perfect duo
exactly,
to have in midfield. But
in
that
circumstances we had,
missing out on Thomas Partey in that game, and also the fact that we don't have any proper central midfielder apart from Sibo on the bench. I think perfectly works.
Yeah.
It works for us. And I think Carlos got his status right. He told the players to be compact defensively, and when the opportunity comes in the second half, we took it. The substitutions were also spot on. I think we all saw that Nyama was tired. The only substitution that I think was too late for me was the Jordan substitution, because when Prince Edu came in, he brought a lot of legs into the game, because Jordan couldn't do the runs that we all expect him to do at the time. And I think he was tired. He was just tired. And for me, this team will just needs more games, and we will improve. Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. And Walter, one of the things we also need to highlight had to do with the defense, because we saw that pairing in the game against Wales, and it was really good. Yeah. And there was such high expectation that, look, that pairing will be used in the first game. It was used, and they were brilliant. Jerome Opoku was very good, comfortable on the ball, stayed really organized. And you talk about Jonas Ajete. There are those who are even tipping him to be the man of the match over Antoine Semenyo. And I think it's a part of our game that we were expecting Coach Carlos to work on, to improve our defensive organization, because that's one area we're lacking under Otuado. Explains why we conceded 5 against Austria, then we conceded 2 against Germany, conceding 7 in 2 games, and even prior to that, we're still having issues at the back, you know. And going into the tournament where we didn't have Alexander Jiku and didn't have Mohamed Salisu, we were understandably worried. But it appears that Coach Carlos has done very well in that regard, and that's his expertise. Everybody knows that. Yesterday's game was really good for Gideon Mensah himself, even for Marvin Senaya and all the others who were on that line of defense.
The entire back line turned up big yesterday evening. If you take a look at how they played, I mean, no one would expect Jonas to turn out this like this when he was bad against, not bad per se. He didn't have his day against Germany and Austria. I mean, you look at the streak. I think it could probably be a situation he was facing then, because we Ghanaians weren't patient with him enough, and then he came in the Wales game, did brilliantly well with Jerome. Jerome as well. We've not had time to see him that much, but when they got a chance to pair together against Wales, we got to see them, and I think you don't have to change something that has worked. And that's what Carlos stick with. He made sure he went with the same back line against Wales, and it has worked out perfectly for the team. So going forward, I don't see the need to even make any tactical twist. I mean,
think the back line is going to stay?
It's going to stay
for the
because
duration of the tournament?
for the duration of the tournament. I mean, under Otuado, we saw Kojo upon paper. He was also decent. Everyone was thinking, oh, if Kojo returns from his playoff with
Saint-Etienne.
Nice. He's going to get
They played against Saint-Etienne.
He's going to get a chance to slot in the defense. But then these two pairings has worked out perfectly for the team. So going forward, I mean, they are going to have their stocks high and then get themselves together at the back line. And one player I was expecting to see was Augustin Boache. I mean, Jordan was good.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Jordan just before we go up to the side there. But just behind the back line was Atizigi, who started. He got injured, and then Asare had to come on.
Yeah.
And for the time that Atizigi played, he dispatched himself pretty well.
Yeah.
Were you surprised that Coach Carlos started him?
No, I wasn't surprised. If you look at the two goalkeepers, he's the better of the two in terms of experience. If you are going to a World Cup where most of our team, the players that we have in there, are debutants, so we need a lot of experience on the pitch. And Atizigi brings that. He was at the 2022 World Cup. So playing at the biggest stage of world football, he has experienced it. And going to the game, it was important that we had that leadership on the pitch, apart from Jordan Ayew. If you look at the starting 11, apart from Antoine Semenyo, who was at the World Cup in 2022, Gideon Mensah, Jordan Ayew, but those players, like also didn't start a game. You get it. They didn't have a feel of the World Cup. And the pressure that the big stage gives to you alone is not easy. So moving that pressure on Benjamin Asare was the perfect thing to do in that circumstances, because you know that you're giving the opportunity to someone who has been there, who has been tried and tested. And he proved to be a right decision after all, because we saw in that first few minutes, was it 3 minutes or 2 minutes into the game, the first shots came in from Panama, and he needed to step up. Brilliant save, and we moved on from there. But with the cameo of Benjamin Asare, he was also absolutely perfect in terms of his decision making, the confidence, composure. He didn't for me, in my opinion, he wasn't tried so much in terms of clear-cut opportunities like how Atizigi was tried in the first few minutes, because we had control over the game at the time he came on. But he made sure he did his job. And for a goalkeeper from the Ghanaian league, and we all know how well he has been criticized in terms of his play, he needs to work on his distribution.
But
I think he did well.
Just a bit about he was not tested well. Sometimes I wonder what needs to come on him.
No, you see,
for him to prove himself.
Even
because even if it's a corner kick and he's able to grab it neatly,
even without
done a good job.
Even without statistics, I think people are getting it wrong. I mean, in the second half, Asare actually had a lot of shots on him than Atizigi in the first half. I mean, you people haven't paid attention to that. You check the statistics. I don't have the statistics, but then when you check the statistics, Atizigi had about I don't want to quote a wrong figure, but Atizigi had few shots on him than Benjamin Asare in the second half, and then it's clear. I don't know why people are saying he wasn't.
But you see, those shots on the goalkeeper, I'm not saying that it's not a goalkeeper's fault in this situation. For a goalkeeper to get a more shot at him, it's not his doing. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's about how the game,
the team
is playing at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that the moment Benjamin Asare came into the game, at the time in the second half, Carlos Queiroz has introduced new players onto the field, and we're a much better team than we were in the first half. You cannot see, you get what I mean.
Yeah, there were a lot of there was calm in the field of play when Benjamin came in. So that one you can't take it away from him.
So
but in the first
we're a
half,
much better team.
exactly.
And if you look at how we played in that second half, if that game should have continued for like the next 120 minutes, Ghana would have been the better team to the end of the game. Because the players that came on, we started playing better. I even saw that the change for Jordan Ayew was a bit late, 3 minutes to the game to end, then you bring in Prince Edu. Because if Prince Edu should have come around like 10 minutes or at least 15 minutes to go, we would have played a much quicker attacking football. We would have been more aggressive in our attack. We would have scored more goals. Created more chances, because scoring goals is not determinant on just playing well. You can play well but not score goals. But we would have created more chances, because we saw that there was a chance for Jordan Ayew to score. There was a chance that Brandon Asante got afterwards that it was really for offside. We had a better team. So then Benjamin Asare was comfortable.
Yeah, I think, and just the point about Coach Carlos starting at Ziggy because of his experience. I think we saw that play out in the first half, because in the first 20 minutes, we needed Atizigi's experience to keep us in the game. Because if the Panamanians had found the back of the net, say in the first 20 minutes or 50 minutes, it would have been disaster for Ghana, because I don't think the Black Stars have been in a situation like that under Coach Carlos Queiroz against Wales. Look at what we had to do. We scored first, and then the guys scored, and now we had to manage and get a draw. Black Stars have not been in a situation where they are down and have to respond.
Yeah.
They've never had such a situation. So to have suffered that in the World Cup would have been very curious to see how they will respond and how they are going to do that. So, but Atisigi managed to keep the game, neat and avoid conceding very early. And we're just talking about...
But Zach, didn't you see that Atisigi was doing some catcher with the saves?
Which catcher? He's saving the ball.
That's the
way he
comment.
works.
They say they do catcher.
But you see, one thing is...
They say the same plus catcher.
No, you see,
In the safe plus catcher,
in the midst of that, we can't take it away that all these goalkeepers want to prove themselves.
Exactly.
They want to prove themselves. Atisigi getting the opportunity, and we saw it in the game against Wolves. When he got the opportunity to be in the post in that first half, he made sure he reminded Ghanaians that he's still that goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He's still good at his job. So when he gets the opportunity, he wants to remind you.
No, I'm not criticizing. No. I want you to get something there first. I'm not trying to criticize Atisigi or saying he's bad or something. But then, what I'm trying to say is that Atisigi adds a lot of flair to his goalkeeping. Whenever when the ball comes, how he clears the ball off his line.
But how what do we just be descriptive?
Finesse. They add finesse to the goalkeeping.
Relax. Finesse, you are doing PS5.
Okay.
Just tell me, sir. When you say he's adding a lot of flair to his goalkeeping, what is he doing that's
Yeah.
Which over elaboration? What did he do? No. The boy is calm. What does he do that's
the ball? But me, I see it as flair, finesse.
That is how he saves ball.
He makes goalkeeping beautiful. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. So that is your problem.
No, not the problem. But then, a lot of people are having problems with that, and I don't see the reason
but
for that.
for me,
That's why.
I just feel like we have been so critical of these goalkeepers for a very long time that everything they do, we get something to say, or we want to try to pick a mistake, because see, if you look at this team, the reason why we took 5 goalkeepers to the tryouts for the World Cup is because we still don't have enough faith in our goalkeeping department, and we even have an emergency player in the team who is a goalkeeper. You get it? So it clearly shows you that there's a lot of eyeballs on our goalkeeping situation, that anything Atisigi does, anything Benassari does, he'll be heavily criticized. That same criticism, like Kerema, Jordan Mwanka, you know, be here.
Now let's stay on Jordan a bit, because there appear to be divided opinions on his performance in that game against Panama. There are a group of people who say, well, Jordan should never start for the Black Stars. He's not doing well. They wonder why he's starting for the Black Stars. And the others who are wondering why these group of people are asking that. They are like, don't you see what he's doing in the game? Which kind of TV set are you using to watch the game? I had somebody actually say that to me. It's like, Charlie, Jordan wants him. I think, boy, no more China.
Yeah.
Jordan can't want him.
Charlie,
I mean, where is this coming from?
Ghanaians, I mean, Charlie, sometimes we overdo them. Jordan in that fixture, I think he was crucial in the first half. Second half, he wasn't supposed to last long in the second half. The coach could have at least made him play about 20 minutes in the second half and then taking him off. In the first half, he was very, very important in the game. Mm-hmm. You can't take it away from him.
Why was he important? Tell me.
He was important because you realized the Panamanians they had much fitness in terms of the level of play. They were very, very better, much high. Like they were better than Ghana. So you needed someone like Jordan. And whenever they had the ball, whenever they had the ball and then Ghana had got the chance to nick it off them and then give it to Jordan, you realize that Jordan could hold on to the play, reduce the pressure which they were exerting on Ghana. And that played a huge role in Ghana's success in the first half. Because if you're playing against a team with high pressing, high level of intensity, you need a very experienced player. Probably it could be a midfielder, it could be a defender, it could be an attacker, someone who can hold on play, lower the intensity from the opposing team. And Jordan did that perfectly. I don't see why, and I don't think why. I don't know why people.
But then you say that 20 minutes into the second half, you should be substituted.
20 minutes to the second half. In the second half, 20 minutes in the second half. It should have been substituted because that was very crucial because Ghana needed a goal. You destabilized the Panamanians in the first half. Second half, you had come in, you had switched the whole tactic. You had changed your tactics to a more formidable side. A side which could hold on to the ball and then dictate play and then control the tempo. At that point, you don't need Jordan.
Why don't you need Jordan?
You don't need Jordan because
who has scored the most goals in your team in recent time?
No. I'm not saying it's bad or
No. It's a point of context.
Yeah,
at that point you need goals. And I'm saying that why do you take off the man who has scored the most goals in your recent games when you need goals?
When you need goals, one, Jordan at that point, his legs were gone. I'm not going to because in the first half the energy he had on the game was massive. Second half, he had played 20 minutes. 20 minutes into the game, you take him off. And then you bring a much more energetic attacker. Because in that very fixture, if you look at the graphics drawing, there was an instant here. Jordan held onto the ball on the touchline. Semenyo had made a run instead of him to pass. And then he held onto the ball, switch play, gave it a back pass. And look, some of these things drops the momentum of Ghana. And you don't need that at that level. Second half, you were in dire need of goal, and Ghana at that very point didn't need Jordan. Like I said, based on what I've just said, and what Carlos Queiroz would have a lot of thinking to do going into the England game.
And Petty, well, I mean, because you I don't know, you disagree with that?
Yeah, I disagree in terms of the first part where he said we needed Jordan in the first half to be, you see,
to reduce the pressure.
Yeah. What ought to be and what it is a different situation altogether. John Ayew was supposed to do that, but he didn't do that. See, he didn't do that. He was supposed to be the guy that will hold that play. But can you tell me the number of times Jordan hold that play in that first half? No, he didn't do it. If we can even put a highlight here and watch that first half again, I can barely count the number of times Jordan Ayew was able to hold that play.
For the few times, maybe he might have not done it. He might have not done it for 10, for 20 times, but the few times he did.
The few times, one or two.
It wasn't one or two. You know,
because the reason I'm saying this is
the few times he did it. If you look at how he impacted the team, indeed, it reduced the pressure on us.
No, but you see, one thing. The reason I'm saying this is that the reason I'm saying this. Let me make my point. The reason I'm saying this is that was a game plan, right? But what I'm saying is that we didn't execute that to perfection. No. So if Jordan Ayew was supposed to start, I agree with it. And the game plan was him to soak up the pressure, reduce the pressure, win, even certain times, win duels that can get us fouls in certain areas. That will reduce the pressure because then we are more defensive as a team. So you need your number 9 to also be a more defensively minded person in terms of his attacking play. He has to be defensive minded, winning the balls, holding up play, and helping the team. But we didn't see that. Because when he gets the ball, he doesn't lay off the ball. He wants to carry the ball. He wants to move the ball in space and loses the ball. And now that puts more pressure on you. So you could see that we didn't create any chance at all in that first half. We didn't create anything because Jordan Ayew's hold-up play was very poor. I didn't think that was what the coach wanted him to do. He didn't efficiently.
I mean, if that's not what the coach wanted him to do, he wouldn't have kept him on.
But
3 minutes to the end of the.
But Zach, we are failing to get a context.
He clearly was happy with what the guy was doing.
What I'm saying is that
he was satisfied. He's my man is doing the job I wanted him to do.
And Zach, we are failing to get
kept him on.
You see, when you are trying to put Jordan Ayew into this contest, he's the captain of the team. So you cannot take him off because he's not doing what you want to do. Because
the same context. No, Zach.
You see, Jordan, you were saying that 20 minutes into the second half.
Very good. Relax.
Why wasn't he
relax? Let me come in here. Penty, let me come in. Ghana was coming on the back of playing only one friendly.
Yeah.
intensity at that level was bad. You don't have much fitness. You're going to play against a team who has played 3
What I'm
consecutive
saying is that
friendlies.
the game plan from Carlos
No,
Queiroz
you're going to
was-
play against
yeah.
a team that has played 3 consecutive friendlies, and you think you're going to match them boot for boot. No chance. You needed someone like Jordan in that
I'm
very
not
first
saying we
half.
don't need Jordan, but did he execute what the coach needed?
No, wait, he did.
And
He
they
did.
are saying
He
that
did.
if he did not, why then
There's no way they would have kept him on the pitch.
Yes, that's
because
what
the
you're-
logical conclusion is that he kept him on because he was doing the job he asked him to
So
do.
you are telling me that
When he
When-
took off Enes Nyama,
Yeah.
when he took off Enes Nyama, about 10 minutes to the second
Yeah.
half, why did he take him off? Because he was not delivering. When he took off Kamal Dean, why did he take him off? Because he was not doing what he wanted him to do.
Yeah.
But kept Jordan on because Jordan was doing his job.
So you are telling me that in that second half, in that
No,
duration,
and one of the things.
So you are saying you.
No, one of the things I have to. No, one of the things I have to say.
We
No, you
can,
see,
we can
I'm coming,
disagree
I'm
to
coming.
agree.
But one
because
of the things also
Yeah.
have to stress is that it's just on the point that look, Jordan was not doing what the coach wanted him to do, and we are making the very, very obvious conclusion that he played for as long as he did because Coach Carlos, the experienced Coach Carlos,
Was afraid to take him off.
that cannot be the case.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what.
No,
That's my
no,
case.
no,
That's what my
no,
case is.
I beg.
My case.
Wait.
That one,
Coach
forget.
Carlos,
Forget.
who has handled
No, you see,
all manner
that's
of
my
players,
case.
was afraid of Leicester
because
City, Jordan, and you.
In that second half, what did Jordan
You're
Ayew do?
kidding me.
Oh, guy.
What did Jordan Ayew
Jordan,
contribute to our
wait,
attack?
wait, Penty, don't be
What did-
dishonest. Don't be dishonest.
No, what did Jordan
You're
Ayew
wearing a
contribute
Ghana
to our
jersey.
attack?
You're wearing a Ghana jersey. Don't be dishonest with yourself.
Water.
No, I'm
Now,
asking
one of
a
the things,
very valid question.
I'm coming. One of the things you
Yeah.
also have to admit, because it's not, we can't take extreme position.
Yeah.
It's not an extreme position to say that Jordan Ayew was excellent on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't take those extreme
Yeah.
positions. What we can agree with is
Yeah.
that Coach Carlos felt that Jordan Ayew was doing enough while he kept him on. But eventually, let me land. Eventually, the very fact that he took him off with some minutes remaining is an
How many
indication
minutes
that
remaining? Yeah.
is an indication that clearly Coach Carlos, at a certain point in the
Was
game,
satisfied.
realized that look, Jordan Ayew cannot continue to give me what I wanted him to give me. That's why he took him off.
Yeah.
So that
All right?
we are speaking
And-
from
and-
the coach's point of view.
Exactly.
But
Now,
you.
I'm coming to that.
What do
I'm
you
coming
think?
to that.
What like this is.
I'm coming to. Oh, relax. I'm coming to that.
But wait.
No, you see, I'm making a point.
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah,
said
yeah.
that. That's why I said that.
Let's
That's why I said that.
Yeah.
We cannot take extreme positions.
Yeah.
But just in the context of what you are saying,
Yeah.
that the coach was afraid of him. That's why. Who is Jordan Ayew that Coach Carlos is afraid of him? Who is Jordan Ayew? With all due respect to him.
Okay.
All right. But we cannot also make the argument that Jordan Ayew was excellent and his game was 90% in terms of.
Okay, so let me ask you.
ratings.
Let me ask you guys this.
While saying that,
Do you think that-
While saying that, I believe that there's a lot Jordan Ayew need to improve on.
Do you think
If we need to do
do you
well, in
believe
this
that
World
Jordan
Cup,
Ayew?
he need to improve on is hold up play, how to lay off passes.
Very good. That's
he
what I'm
needs to
saying.
find, because I even said it.
Timely
I
passes.
said
That's what I'm
it when the
saying.
game was ongoing in that Jordan Ayew needs to make it work with Antoine Semenyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's able to make it work with Antoine Semenyo, I'm telling you, it
Ebefa.
will be brilliant. It will be
because
brilliant.
Someone
he
dash
needs to
into
make
space,
it work with
return
Antoine
the ball
Semenyo.
back. It happens 3 times.
Because Jordan Ayew has the ability to make it work. But I don't know, maybe, and sometimes you see, and that's the difficulty of national team football. The players don't play together for long. So the familiarity is often not there. So if you have had a situation where Jordan Ayew has played with Anthony Sonyo for a very long time, Jordan Ayew would not say, oh, I didn't see you running. That's why I didn't pass you. The way he picks the ball, he already knows that this guy is going to run. When Perisic flicked the ball, he knew Musa would be there.
Yeah.
He knew Musa
Yeah.
would be there.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't try heading it
Crucial.
over the
Crucial,
player.
yeah.
He knew that, look, Musa is behind me. And that comes from playing together for a while. That familiarity comes from playing together for a while. Unfortunately, there are some who have played together for a while. They don't do it. Bruno and Ronaldo, they don't do it. I don't know why they don't
You
do it.
see, that's what that's where I'm coming to now. If you look at our team, how many times has Bernard Asante been in this team?
Not long.
Very good. But when Semenyo gave Bernard Asante 2 good passes.
Yep.
One led to the goal. The other one was offside. Semenyo found himself in that situation. He didn't even hesitate. He just released the ball into space. He didn't even touch the ball twice. This is the individual. This one is not coaching. No. This one, Carlos Queiroz will come and put Jordan Ayew, you sit down and tell you that, oh, if you get the ball, release it. See, these are things that individual as a player, you have to monitor the situation in which you find yourself. Let's look at Jordan Ayew from this point of view that he has been experienced and he has played with so many. You understand? You have played with all these players, and you are supposed to be the one that is leading the team in terms of the attacking sense of things. You have to make some decisions because look at the ball Bernard Santi gave to Jordan Ayew in that instance where you're supposed to tap in, just tap in and score. I'm not going to blame Jordan Ayew for not tapping in because I know maybe he doesn't have the legs.
The ball was cleared. That's it. There's no
but in some situations, some other strikers would have been ahead of the way ahead of the defender. But I wouldn't blame him because I know he's old daddy. Old daddy, yeah. He's an old daddy, he cannot run. You get it. But what I'm saying is that when we have players who are on the bench who are equally better in terms of their pacey, you get it. What I mean is that it's not like we don't have the materials on the bench. We have Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew has been our best player, we know. But in the circumstances that we find ourselves now, we have equally good players. Inaki Williams is on the bench. Do you know Inaki Williams? Inaki Williams is one of the best players best African players in the Liga history in the last 10 years.
Yeah, but
you see,
the Black Stars.
But in the Black Stars.
But what I'm saying is that you give players opportunity. You give players opportunity.
Inaki Williams has had his opportunity. In the World Cup, do you not see how many times Inaki Williams started for the Black Stars?
I'm not trying to say that Inaki Williams is better than Jordan Ayew.
No, I'm not saying he's better. We are saying that he's had the opportunity.
What I'm saying is that you have to give people. Why? Jordan Ayew, you don't get opportunity. Still with the player.
No, but you're saying Inaki. Give others. We've seen Inaki in the team. Have you not seen him?
What I'm saying is that.
No, have you not seen Inaki in the team?
So
I'm not saying he's not being given chances. No, you said relax.
Have you seen
You said he should be given
opportunity under Carlos Queiroz?
He has not had the opportunities under previous coaches.
No,
yes, under Carlos Queiroz. I mean,
maybe under one game. Maybe Carlos Queiroz is a man alpha.
No, but I agree with you, and that's why I said we don't have to take an position. Look, Jordan Ayew, there are a lot of things we need to improve on. If we can get him to release those passes, find the runs of Antoine Semenyo, because whether you like it or not, Antoine Semenyo going to those World Cup is our best player. He is our best player. And whether we like it or not, every team has got a certain best player that teams must find a way to locate them and get the ball to them. Norway is working around Erling Haaland. Find Erling Haaland, you win your game. Look at what Bakola said at the end of the game against Senegal. They say Kylian Mbappe is the best guy. He is the man. We need to find him. Dembele was trying to find...
See the pass.
Dembele was working hard trying to find Mbappe. Olise was trying to find him because
Olise even tried twice. The first one didn't work. That doesn't mean he wouldn't try again. And the second time he went.
So we need to do better in trying to find Antoine Semenyo. But we also have to admit that on the day, Antoine Semenyo had at least sometimes 2, sometimes 3 players on him.
No, not just Antoine Semenyo.
Sometimes
my problem is
2,
not just
3 players on him.
Semenyo.
So to put the ball to him is to waste possession.
No, for me, it's not just Antoine Semenyo to find Antoine Semenyo. You have to find our attackers. You have pacey attack. When Bernard Thomas Asante came, that pass that Antoine Semenyo gave to Bernard, it wasn't a clear-cut pass. But because he was good, he had the edge to run into that space. And if you look at the defender at which he skipped pass, it was a close start. It could have been it's a 50-50 ball. But you have to take that risk. You can't say because there's somebody close to the person or because it's an open space. You have to give them just pass. If it doesn't go, just trust the player.
But one other player, and maybe Walter, I want you to touch on that, has to do with Yirenkyi. He was exceptional. In fact, in the lead up to that goal, he won the foul, did a quick link-up play with Antoine Semenyo there. Then he kept running. I was watching the highlight again. He kept running from his own half. When he was asked at the end of the game, he said he was running into the box because he knew that anything can happen. Yeah. We saw that in the game against Wales, and it's clear that is his game. Yeah. He always wants to be in the box, and it was the right place at the right time. Antoine Semenyo was not there early. He was there at the back end and bang.
Yeah, I mean...
Special player, man.
Yeah, Caleb has always had that. And I bet if it was Utuado, he would have played him at right back. So, Otto.
And you can understand why Otto is not saying that he can't play in midfield. Otto only said that he couldn't find a right back for Ghana. No, but he said he watched him.
So I'm
glad we didn't take Otto. Otto didn't take us to the World Cup because we wouldn't have seen the brilliance of Caleb Yirenkyi in the World Cup in the midfield position. And look, Caleb has always had that. I mean, everyone has been calling for him to play in the midfield role. I mean, you see him at club level, Nordjylland, doing a brilliant work for Nordjylland, and he's been scoring this type of goals for Nordjylland day in, day out. I mean, even from the center, and then sometimes crosses, and then sometimes taps in and all that. So I wasn't surprised seeing him play. And look, one striking thing that got me wowed about Caleb was the fact that the early minutes he got a yellow card, kept his composure.
16 minutes.
16
got a
minutes.
yellow card.
Kept his composure in the game in the first half, and then took it to the second half, kept it the same way, and then eventually scoring for Ghana.
Yeah.
Look, it takes a very experienced player
to
do such a thing,
and he didn't commit any foul that you would say that it warrants another card.
exactly. So Ghana have
and his tackles were clean.
we have a diamond in our hands. Ghana, if we have to take a very good care of Caleb Yirenkyi if we want to. We could eventually build a team around him. We've seen that Michael Essien, that generation was great. We've seen that Sule Muntari, now Caleb Yirenkyi. We have a diamond in our hands. We have equally good players like Caleb Yirenkyi on the streets. If these players are tapped in, taken good care of, have good managers and all that, Ghana could be on a way to a very good.
Zach, let me touch on Caleb Yirenkyi a bit, right? But I think we have made Caleb Yirenkyi do a lot of work in this team that we are not even seeing the best of him yet, because he has to do the work of a DM at the same time a boss to boss, and also at the same time attacking midfielder, and even a striker by scoring. You get it? If we have a partnership or someone who will partner Caleb Yirenkyi and do the dirty work, which is the tackles and all those things, we will see the best of, because Caleb Yirenkyi is a very good ball holding.
What about the idea that even when Thomas Partey returns,
and a boss crusher,
we should stick with the partnership we had in
No.
midfield?
No, I disagree.
I disagree with that, because we need Thomas Partey to pair with Caleb Yirenkyi.
No.
Because that partnership, it brings experience at the same time, youthful exuberance in there. Because we know that Partey don't have the legs anymore, but with Caleb Yirenkyi beside him, Partey just have to sit. And Caleb Yirenkyi will do that runs boss to boss.
And even with that,
And typical number 6 Partey, we all know. Nobody's better than him. The corner is gone back.
No, and even to touch on this same midfield situation with the Black Stars, Elisha Owusu, I was very, very disappointed watching him yesterday. He's not a bad player. He's good, but then at the point I was struggling to understand and get the role he was trying to play in the team. You don't know whether he's a 6 or he's a 8. Because as a typical DM, you'd expect Elisha to drop deep.
That's what I'm saying.
Receive
That
the ball,
Caleb Yirenkyi was doing a lot
and
more.
I was very, very happy when Kwesi Sibo came in. Kwesi Sibo was very calm, especially someone we've always been critical of him. And ordinarily, when you find Sibo, you know Sibo has glitches on his touches and all that. But then yesterday, Sibo was very, very different. I loved the confidence with which he came in, took the ball, and then tried to distribute it. And even though he's not good at that, he tried to, do that. And Elisha was very disappointing to watch. And that brings the point where you mentioned that we allow Yirenkyi to do a lot of works in the midfield. So having Thomas Partey, like I said previously, Thomas don't have the leg now. He likes to sit and then distribute and dictate the tempo of the game. So now it's the role of Carlos Queiroz to make sure that Thomas fits that role. Because you don't have to play Thomas in a role where the team has to all move in or move out. Thomas won't see, he never go sit up. He won't be able to play that game. Allow him to sit deep, control the tempo of the game, and then get the ball always on his foot so that he controls the pack. He's the one going to control the game. So more like an anchor. But if you say, oh, Thomas, all out, all in, no, that one.
And I think for that to work, right, we need to play a proper attacking midfielder. So Augustin Mwacho has been given the opportunity. I don't see how Kamaldeen Sulemana fits into that, because let's be honest with you, Kamaldeen Sulemana has a winger crown also. Then now you are going to play him as a 10.
But even with that yesterday, we saw glimpses of quality from Kamaldeen Sulemana.
But he didn't affect.
No, he did.
He didn't affect our attacking.
No, he didn't affect our attacking. But then you look at the options on the game. Augustin is not someone familiar with this team. You don't know the assurity or the assurity of Augustin coming to play a very good game was not there. And I'm sure Carlos had seen him in training. So, clearly, he had seen him in training.
The substitution Carlos did, for example, bringing in Brandon Thomas Asante.
Yeah.
And Brandon Thomas Asante had to play Kamaldeen Sulemana's position as number 10. and bringing in Fatai Saaku for Enes Nyama, if you watch that substitution, what it did was that it made Jordan Ayew number 10.
Wait.
But you know why? Because the reason I'm saying this is because Brandon Asante is naturally not your typical midfielder type of player.
No, but we've seen Brandon at Coventry. I mean, the Champions, he plays behind the striker. So
yeah, no, but
automatically he's able to play that role.
Yes, but
that 10 role.
That his best role. You see, we saw.
No, it's not his best role, but he's able to fit there. So he coming in to even impact the game. It tells you that
players that like are specialists into their right position, because we know. See, you cannot. If you don't watch Augustin Boate play, how would we know? It's just like the Marvin Senaya situation where they are saying that Marvin Senaya cannot play right back. But we haven't seen the guy play. But when you saw him play, we all can attest to it. The 2 games he has played so far. His first game was against Wolves. He was, in my opinion, the man of the match. His second game against Panama, he was absolutely brilliant. He was not faultless. You get it. He played with perfection. So the moment you give these young players the opportunity, that's where we can see them. Because Augustin Boate, we all know, plays for Saint-Etienne, one of the best attacking midfielders in League 2 of the French. You get it?
Yeah.
Or the French league. So the moment we are trying to build a team, you have to give other players the opportunity. Also,
but then again, game plan comes in. The coach has his plan. He has his plan. And having your plan you have to come up with what you need in that plan. That's why he chose Kamaldeen Sulemana. The plan might not necessarily work.
Just to progress on it, talk about Augustin Boate and as to whether he should come and play the number 10 position. All of that will reflect in the game we'll play against England. And as to how Coach Carlos will shape the team, we're still waiting to see, because obviously the approach is going to be different from the one against Panama. England is a completely different beast altogether. Their victory was a very, very strong statement about their ambitions in this tournament. All right? What will be the best approach for the game against England?
I mean, the England game, you don't have to go with a conservative approach. I mean, England, you saw Carlos from the match I saw against Croatia. England were very conservative in the first half. That's why they conceded against Croatia. I mean, they scored and then they went back into their shell, trying to defend Croatia. And then Croatia responded. In the second half, we saw something different. It could be the pep talk from Thomas Tuchel. And I think that might have rejigged the team, because they went all out. I expected them to go all out. And going all out, it could be a very dangerous precedent for Team Ghana when they meet Team Ghana. I don't think they're going to go with that first half approach they played against Croatia. They're going to go all out against Ghana, because they obviously and definitely watched the Panama game. They saw the team approach and all that. And it's going to be a big headache for the video analyst for the English team to analyze the Ghana-Panama game.
Why is that so?
It's going to be a big headache for the video analyst for the England team, because that very first half, I don't think any analyst is going to see anything positive from that first half team play between Panama and Ghana. What are you going to analyze from that first half? The second
but
half,
you can see how unsettled Ghana was in the early parts of the game. And if England is able to take advantage of that, first 20 minutes, first 15 minutes, bang, bang.
but I don't think it's going to turn out that way against England. I mean,
but we were very unsettled. We just thank God we stayed afloat in that.
yeah, having Thomas Partey back is going to give us a different outlook.
So fundamentally, against England, do you think we should be conservative in our approach?
We should be conservative in our approach, but not too conservative, not too defensive.
Keep a certain balance.
Exactly, a balance. So it could be that we hold on to the. If you are going to be conservative, England are going to come all out, and then you hit on the counter. If Carlos Queiroz is going to go with that approach, then fine. You allow them to attack, and then you defend, and then when the ball falls on your plate, you hit on the counter, because you have PC wingers and attackers. You can start Enes Nyoma in that game, Antoine Semenyo in that game, Brandon Thomas Asante in that game, and then Inaki Williams. Jordan Ayew can sit on the bench and then observe and then come in the second half and then control and then minimize calm when Ghana has already taken the lead.
Because look, if you're going to be conservative against England, then you obviously need your center forward not only to hold up play very well, but to be able to lay off the pass as quickly as possible. Because if you hold up play, you do your hold-up play, and you're not releasing the passes quickly, the English players, they will retreat. They will close the space very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, they will close the space very quickly. And that midfield they've got there is a ridiculous midfield. What Declan Rice is doing, what
Elliot Anderson.
Anderson is
Brilliant.
doing. And sometimes you see Rhys James also coming in there, and he sometimes even Gordon himself gets into midfield. They try to choke the midfield.
But I think
they are very quick in there.
We shouldn't repeat the mistake that Senegal did against France. If you look at what Senegal did, they were able to contain France for like almost 70 minutes, but they let off the guard, and you saw what happened.
Yeah.
These teams, these big nations, they have the quality to hit you at any moment. You get it?
We need to do a Cape Verde,
Very good.
but not too much of that.
No, we need to do a Cape Verde, but we should just be. I told you when we were watching.
Cape Verde were bad on the transition.
Very good. I told him when we were watching the Cape Verde game,
Yeah.
that this is the perfect way to play in a big team. But they were just the individual players that Cape Verde deploying their attack. They got chances and they wasted them. They could have punished Spain on that day, scoring like 3 or 2.
Because they had a lot of counter.
They had a lot of counter. Because
But you
when
see, in the case of
Yeah.
England, if you do a Cape Verde, you sit very deep, and all the English players come into your own half.
No.
Look, Marcus Rashford doesn't have to dribble into the box to score.
Short. Power.
Charlie,
no, you see,
all right.
one thing is that you see the reason I'm saying you see when I
Because
say we should
Pedri and Co and Gavi, they can't shoot too. He's a Pedri shot, nothing.
No, you see, when you are forcing an opposition to shoot, it depends on where he's shooting from. When we do a Cape Verde, what we are doing is that we are frustrating the whole England setup. When first 30 minutes, England doesn't find a shot on target or doesn't score, they become frustrated because they are the team that is expected to score. We are not going there as favorites. You see, sometimes you have to also respect the opposition. When you are playing England, you have to respect the opposition. I think Senegal did a mistake there. Even though they got their chances, the mistake they did that they didn't take them.
Yeah.
Senegal's mistake is that they didn't respect France. But when you don't respect France, you have to take your chances.
Yeah.
But for us, we know that, see, and fast are you, even though we are winning Panama, our team, in fact, you know on a level, like, we know that we've won Panama, we're all happy. But let's be honest with ourselves. We are not even at Senegal's level. We are not even at Morocco's level. You get what I mean?
So against England,
Do a Cape Verde. When you get your opportunity, Semenyo, Inaki, or whoever plays in that attack, a Prince Edu, Ernest Nyama, Thomas, whoever, when you get your chance, score.
is that similar to what Congo did against Portugal?
No, I think Congo were more conservative in terms of even the all-round play, but they took chance of their set pieces. The goal that they scored was a corner. But we can even do same because yesterday we saw Jonas Adjeti try to head several balls in. If he can take any of those headers seriously and get them on target against Pickford, because yesterday Pickford was a bit shaky. He wasn't a bit in terms of some of the goals that he considered yesterday, they were avoidable. So the first one like this, his hands should have been stronger a bit. And the second goal like this, the communication, he couldn't have done anything. But in terms of communication with the defenders, to be able to spot danger, it was bad. But on any day, England are a better team than Ghana. This is what I want us to know. We should respect England, accord them with that respect. Approach the game with that respect and defend your line thoroughly. For even if it is 80 minutes that you play and defend. When you get your opportunity, and I know we have the players that can take the opportunity. Cape Verde don't have Semenyo in their team. Cape Verde don't have Enesnyama in their team. And when you look at the players we have, they play with these players. Antoine Semenyo plays in the English Premier League. He plays against some of these players. You get it. He plays against Elliot and he plays even like his own teammate. O'Reilly is on the wings. So he'll be taking him on. You get it. These are players that they are used to playing against. You could say same for Brandon Thomas Asante, who is now being promoted to the English Premier League. He's used to the European terrain. Inaki Williams plays for Bilbao. You get it. So you don't have players that you tell me that the stage is too big or when they see these players, they'll be fighting or anything. So in terms of our attack, which is our strength, we should utilize it when the moment comes, but make sure you protect your goal because there's no way you tell me that you can match England for even 30 minutes. When the whistle blows, they'll be on you from the get-go. So just protect your goal. When the opportunity comes to score, when we get a draw, it's good. Cape Verde did a draw and they're happy. I get a draw against England. I'm happy. We've gotten 4 points. And
Or what's that?
Okay, like normal.
That's fair, right?
eh,
A draw against England.
Yeah.
I think
I'll take it.
with the fact that we are elaborating that we should be conservative against England. England as well also going to be very, very careful against England and Ghana. Because their record against Ghana, I mean, they've played only once with us. It's been a draw. So you're going to be very, very careful. I mean, against an African country, very, very unpredictable. This Ghana team, you can't rule them out.
Because
A Carlos Queiroz team, you can't rule a Carlos.
Not even just the fact that it's a Carlos Queiroz team. Ghana is funny.
Yeah.
Big opposition.
Yeah.
Look at the World Cup tournaments we've played in recent years, in 2014, 2022. The big teams we faced. When we faced Portugal, look at what happened. We frustrated
Germany.
them. When we met Germany in 2014, same.
Arguably the best game in the World Cup,
Yes, you
2014.
see. Now, even in 2010, when we faced Uruguay in the quarterfinal, I'm sure Uruguay were there thinking, "Oh, Charlie,
Yeah, Fala.
But we went all the way.
Italy.
When we faced Italy in 2006. So against England, they know that this Ghana team on paper, unfancied, but they can be very, very, very,
It's good.
very.
Look, I'm good. We're going to see a different outlook from Ghana against England on Tuesday because what I'm like, I can envision a different team, a different Ghana team. The boys are going to be full of energy and the pep talk from the coach and then the backroom staff. Because you remember we have history with England. They colonized Ghana. Some of these things are going
They
to
haven't gotten over that.
no, they haven't. They've gotten over that. But some of these things are going to play.
And I think
play
the
a
party
role.
situation as well
Exactly.
can also like motivate the boys to do more.
Not entirely that, but then
Right,
colonizers
even,
versus
and even the very fact that you are playing for England, one of the things you can benefit from that for every player on the field is that as England you are playing, every scout,
It's
every
available.
owner of a
Yeah,
club,
yeah.
every manager will be watching that game.
Yeah, and, also,
And look, if
some of
Caleb
these
Yirenkyi
players-
is able to dominate a midfield of Declan Rice and Anderson, Liverpool will be calling his agent quick. What happened to Ayub when he dominated the midfield against Brazil?
Yeah.
Arsenal and Liverpool were calling his agent. His agent is called Kwesi Nyamiche. Your friend is our phone. The phones are what did Stephen Appiah say? The phones are what?
they keep on calming. They keep on calming. They keep on calming.
The cost keeps
So
coming.
even at the back of the mind of these players, they know Kwesi Sibo, Rio Oviedo has been relegated. Jonas
Go
Ajete,
get
Charlie
moved.
Wolfsbeck is down. Midfield there, you're able to pocket Hurricane. My brother, you are not giving Hurricane space. Bah, Chelsea better.
Charlie, that one, if I put them on record, just better.
You understand? No, but the point I'm making is that
Don't
look,
call me.
England is a very good side,
Yes.
and England has got the eyeballs.
They're also going to be
And
careful.
if any of these players are able to rise to the occasion very
Yeah.
well, I bet you it will be the biggest marketing of their talent.
And to add to that, right? This should be. Let's take this game as our final of the World Cup, because to be honest with you, we might not get to play any big team again, high-profile match again at the
Play
World Cup.
Croatia, bro. Croatia was in the final.
No, but
2018.
if you talk about like with the pedigree of the match itself, in terms of if you say England,
There's a lot of
Ghana,
things around the England- Ghana game.
we might not get
A
any
lot of-
big. We might not
the
get
hype.
any game that will be so hyped up like England again. So I think we should leave that occasion for it. Like let's prepare as if it is going to be the final.
I think just if we would just like we were saying, when you look at Ghana, it's funny. We've always had that in every World Cup.
And you see,
tournament
we've
been
not
to.
lost as
In
our
20
second game in any World Cup.
That's interesting. In
We've- at
2010,
every World Cup,
2010
we've
our
not
group
lost
had
the
what?
second game.
2010 we had who and who in our group,
In the second game, 2010, we had Australia in our group, and that was the second game.
and we had Germany in our group,
And that was the last game.
and Serbia. And 2006 we had
Czech
We
Republic.
scored them too.
and we had Italy in our group.
Yeah, that was the opening.
And 2014 we had Germany in our group.
Yeah.
And 2022 we had Portugal in our group.
Yeah.
But that one we
2026
lost
we
to,
have England in our group.
Yeah.
Every tournament we've had a
Big, yeah.
yeah.
A powerhouse.
I think
it's because
the-
of our ranking.
the other ones-
the ranking, the problem is you
No, but
get
the other competitions we've managed to win or draw. But then against 2014 we lost against Portugal.
No, but what I'm saying is that all our
Oh,
second
that
game,
was interesting. 2014 we had
third game, yeah,
we had
yeah,
Germany and England in our group
Yeah.
and Portugal in our group.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And what I'm saying is that in the World Cup too, we haven't lost any second game that we've played in the World Cup.
But prior to the win against Panama, prior to that win, we had only won one in the last 7 games in the World Cup.
Like in the opening games or this?
Opening games in the entire competition.
Like opening games.
Not opening games.
Like in terms of like games.
Prior to the win against Panama,
Yeah.
we've had picked only one win in our last 7 World Cup games. From
including friendlies
2010 to 2014
No, like,
to
World
2022.
Cup, we say World
World
Cup
Cup games. Our last game in 2010 was against Uruguay. We lost. In 2014, we lost all our group stage games.
Yeah.
We didn't win any. I mean,
2022.
2022, we didn't win any.
We won
against South Korea.
Yeah.
That was the only one. And that's a count of 7, winning 1. And then
Okay, so that's true now.
to God be the
But
glory,
what
we won
what I'm
against-
saying is that psychologically, when you step onto the field in that first game, it's the biggest occasion.
Yeah.
So everybody rise up to it. But the moment you play that first game, the weight of you get it, the weight of that pressure lifts off. So now that everybody's like in the groove, like
Confidence
very good. Everybody is now ready
out.
to be able to play. And when we go into such games, what happens is that Yirenkyi wouldn't go into this game thinking, hey, am I actually going to do this? It's going to be like, okay, let's do this. Like, let's do it again. Like, he's not going to ask himself, am I actually going to do this? Like, he's like, let's do it.
Let's do it.
You get it?
Yeah.
I think Anton Semenyo will not be asking himself, hey, am I really good in the Blaster set? Like, you be like, okay,
I mean, when
want
he,
the man of the
when
match.
he
You
brought
get
the
it?
trophy into the dressing room, he said, with the man of the match
Yeah.
dressing room, he said, more to come.
Yeah, you get it. So that kind of feeling,
Yeah.
I think is going to change the
Yeah, but
whole
they shouldn't
dynamic
get. They shouldn't get complacent because
No, they wouldn't
they've
get
got, They've got
complacent.
to.
It is England. Nobody gets
Yeah, I mean,
complacent.
you need to stay humble.
Yeah, just has to
do
know
your
a
bit.
level. And
Yeah. Anyway, we hope that the Black Stars will do their very best, and we'll see how they'll fare. But let's just wrap it up on the generality of the tournament so far. Leo Messi, a hat trick, 38. Norway, Erling Haaland banging in the goals, and Kylian Mbappe with his thing also. Just after the first round of matches, have we gotten an indication of which countries are likely to make it all the way and possibly win the title? And have you got an indication of a dark horse that we need to be wary of?
Yeah.
So far?
For the dark horse, I think Norway are the dark horses. But for the winners, it's hard to predict. Even though Argentina has been decent,
But Argentina as reigning champions,
No.
how they dispatch Algeria. Algeria were just
Algeria wasn't bad. I mean, the match was one of the best games I've watched.
Algeria were really good.
They were good. Maza, Ibrahim Maza. I don't know if you guys know him.
yeah, but we don't know about
Top
Mazza.
player.
We know
I
about
mean,
Mazza.
right from the start of the game, Argentina scored.
We're not going to talk about Argentina though.
No,
but
Lionel Messi
Yeah,
scored and
yeah,
then
yeah,
Algeria equalized. All those goals were ruled out offsides before Messi eventually came into the game.
so they gave Argentina a good round of the
A good round of the money.
No,
But then
I
the
don't
only
think
thing,
so.
the aspect of it was that Argentina were just good in the middle of the pack. And if you look at the entire tournament, there's a paradigm shift within the field of play, the middle of the pitch. Teams like underdogs tend to turn up very big when they meet the big boys. And it has all played down to midfield. Portugal against...
But how Argentina played though,
they were just brilliant.
they were creative, but I'm also
brilliant,
tempted to
visionary.
believe that look, we should keep an eye on them. They just might end up retaining the title.
If Argentina meets a very good team, a very all-round, they'll suffer.
Yes,
Because
I'm
that
about to say
midfield, that
I want
midfield
to say
block.
that it was against Algeria.
No,
per se.
no.
Ah,
Don't have to say again. The match was good, but what I'm trying to say is that if they meet a very good team that is able to destabilize the midfield, because the midfield operation was all the work of Rodrigo De Paul. De Paul did so well with his passes, line break. The only thing that what got them the goals were those line breaking passes from Rodrigo De Paul. The first goal, you take the first goal for example, gave a very good pass that split the entire midfield of the Algerians. Messi got the ball, made a run, and then
And
fired.
you think a good opposition can destabilize them?
Again, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
Because
we also mentioned Norway as a dark horse.
Yeah, Norway.
How are they faring?
Norway can go far in this tournament because they have a very all round. You look at the team, they have a very good attack, midfield, and then defense. They have all that. So they can be a very good team if they play together like how they've done in the very opening half of the tournament. They scored 4-1, if I'm not wrong. 4-1.
But, see, the opposition they faced was Iraq. Let me see.
Iraq is not a bad team either.
No, we see when you watch
There's no one
yeah,
to
watch
even-
me.
no,
I
there's
watched
no-
that game.
you don't
because
have
at
to
1
know.
a.m. See,
One thing about tournament
Nowhere-
football, what I understand is that you don't have to rule anyone out.
no,
You'll be
when you
shocked.
watch the
You'll be
game,
shocked.
when you
You'll
watch
be
the
shocked.
game,
Panama
no way, Iraq
will
was the
score-
better
will
team in
score-
the first half. Can you imagine? No, Iraq was the better team in the first half. Did you watch the game?
I didn't
Iraq
watch
was
it.
yes,
But that's
I watched that
something-
game at 2 a.m. I don't even sleep these days. I watched that game at 2 a.m. Iraq was the better team in the first half. The goal Haaland scored, Iraq equalized just afterwards.
And then
It
the
was
keeper,
over.
the keeper
And the
was
keeper,
clearing
the
his line.
Iraq keeper, that's the ball to Haaland.
was
And-
clearing his line. Haaland just
scored, then
it,
just
it was just a
it was-
brilliance from Haaland. No,
No,
you don't have to say
very
he
good.
dashed.
That's what I'm
You
coming
don't have to
to.
say he
That's
dashed
what
the
I'm
ball.
coming
If you say
to.
he dashed the ball, no.
Okay,
You know, you're
okay.
trying to downplay the hard work of Erling Haaland.
What
Haaland
I'm
was
saying is that
stacking.
You are saying Norway was so good.
Yeah, they
as
were
a
good.
team. What I'm
As a
trying to
team.
tell you is that Haaland was the reason why Norway won that game.
And it all
And-
played down
and-
to the teamwork of the Norwegian team. If
Wait,
you were
I am-
the
I-
team
But
that-
look, but are you suggesting that?
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that they are not the dark horses? Because in the
No.
lead up to the qualifier, it's them
won all
and
their games.
England.
When someone
who
is
won
a
all
dark
the
horse,
games.
what do you make of it? The person is not expected to.
Yes.
Very good. So I must say, no way have players that sort of you're playing two strikers, sort of and Haaland. You know the goal. Very good. You know
And
the
then
goal
shout drop.
contribution.
Shout drop is there.
Yes, so they are very good in terms of they're not the quality they have. I don't expect them to play the ball that they are playing against Iran. Yeah, what I'm saying is that if you watch USA, you watch USA in Paraguay, the ball they play.
Oh, come on.
Well, I must see.
Open your host nation there.
No,
You see, no, host nation. No, I'm not downplaying it. No, I'm not downplaying it. I'm not downplaying it.
That's the real dark horse. story
Okay,
I'm
that's
telling
your
you.
dark horse. That my
No,
dark
wait.
horse is
No way. Okay,
It's understandable.
Let me put, okay, now in today's contest, right? There are certain teams that we are going to this tournament. Who team now? They mention the players in the country. So far, when they mention the players in the teams, you cry, be shaking. Oh, back, popo. You get it? You are going to play Ghana. Cry if Ghana is going to play Norway, and they mention Soloff, and then to tell me Soloff and Haaland, and behind them is Odegaard, and behind Odegaard is Sander Berge, and behind Sander Berge is that two defensive mid. You know the team that Norway has? Norway has one of the best teams in Europe at the moment. Do you get what I'm trying to say? When you look at the Colombia team that played Uzbekistan yesterday, when they mention Munoz, when you mention Luis Diaz, you get it. They have, even though someone will say, "Oh, Colombia is a dark horse," I wouldn't disagree. But when you look at the players that the quality they have, the Uzbekistan. I wake up. I was there. I was watching Uzbekistan play Colombia. I'm like, Colombia, the players you have, you shouldn't allow Uzbekistan play like this. The only Uzbekistan player I know is Kusunov. So why are you telling me that? Iraq, mini player there was Zidane Iqbal, Krawan Bobby, not bench.
You come on bench can play.
Very good. So what I'm saying is that the players you have, if Ghana has those players, I'll be expecting us to go in at least quarter-final. You wouldn't be saying that we are a dark horse.
Okay, fair enough. And the African teams too, I think so far, Ivory Coast and Ghana, the ones to have picked a win. Senegal had a very heavy defeat to France, 3-1. We'll see how they'll fare. And Tunisia were the ones who humiliated us. Terrible loss, 5-1. They've changed their coach. And at the moment, Hervé Renard is the one who has to turn things around for them. I'm not sure how well he can do that. It's going to be a tall task. It will be a miracle if he's able to do it. But it's not the first time, even Tunisia themselves, they are sacking a coach in a major tournament. They've done it before. So Tunisia, then South Africa.
They'll be playing later today.
Yeah, but they'll be playing later today because we are recording
Go
on
back
Thursday,
to
but-
the country.
Yeah, are you guys hoping they advance?
No.
You
They
are
have
indifferent.
they have to go back. They have to go back. You see, what do you
It's
play?
okay, so you don't know.
They
No,
won't
no.
know Kwena.
It's okay. No, say it.
I'm sad. Shithole won't play. She told. She told. Oh no, that's the spelling, right? She told.
No. It's there's no H. There's no. It's Itole. Yeah.
No red card. So, the name is quite fascinating.
Yeah. And also, Egypt should have won against Belgium.
Senegal too.
So Senegal also should have won. If they take their chances, they should have won against France, or at least get
Cote
a draw in that
d'Ivoire
game.
should have won more than one goal.
Yeah, and Cote d'Ivoire,
That
surprisingly,
match was so nice. I think it was back to back.
if you watch that Ecuador
It was
team,
very, very good.
Ecuador was good. Oh.
They were good. Very, very good.
Ecuador was good. Senegal had to suffer. Or Ivory Coast has to suffer for their victory, and they got it like how Ghana got it. I'm so happy for them.
Yeah, well, we can wish the African teams the very best. We'll see how they'll fare as the games keep going. And Ghana, of course, we'll also see how the Black Stars will fare in the course of time. All right. Well, just little housekeeping matters. Real Madrid are very busy. Of course, they've unveiled Jose Marino Bernardo Silva has joined them, and now Konate is part of the team now. Rudiger has extended his contract, and it appears that it's official. Real Madrid is interested in Enzo Fernandez. They're ready to buy him. Yeah, they're definitely going to buy him. They should bring
They've
the
added
money.
Cucurella to the mix as
They've
well.
added Cucurella to the mix, Bernardo Silva, all of them.
They've
are
already
leaving.
signed Bernardo.
Yeah.
They are depleting the Chelsea squad, but no problem. Chelsea will rebuild. £1 billion we spent is gone. We'll find another £1 billion and we'll rebuild, right? So it's no problem. Basically, that's what's just happening on the club level. At the end of the World Cup, of course, transfer business is going to get active, and we'll see how that will go. Anyway, guys, quick prediction: Ghana, England.
Ghana, England. Oh, I think it would. I just want a draw. A draw will be good for Ghana. For me, I don't see how we can be able to stop England from scoring. But if we can get a 1-1 draw, if they score and we can nick one in and score an equalizer and win it, or we can do a Kived and and draw the game for 9-0 because we just the quality England as I said,
A draw is what you want.
a
Basically.
draw. The quality is where we are. It's the difference in terms of squad depth and everything.
From when England were
Because when they were substitute, I look at the changes
when
England
they
did.
come to make the substitution,
Look at the players that are coming on for England. You
But
get
England
it?
has always been like that too. Like they've always been like that.
But if you remember 2018, I didn't think they have a very good squad in 2018. Was it? No, 2018 too. They had Sterling and Lingard, Sancho. This squad were
It was
not.
good at the time. Are you kidding me?
They scored 6-1. I think
It was good at the time. Yeah.
They were extremely good.
And they were good at the time. Charlie, prediction.
I mean, I've always believed that football, we don't play with names. We play, if you're a team, you play football. So, I mean, the argument that England is going to dispatch Ghana easily, I don't stand by that. I anticipate and see maybe a 1-0 against England. Ghana winning by 1 goal, 1 lucky goal. Let me
I think it's going to be a one-goal project.
one goal project. Maybe a 1 goal project. But if that doesn't happen, England might take a 2-0.
But
that
you're
Ghana-
contradicting yourself.
No,
You
no,
said-
No. What I'm saying
Is
is
that Ghana wins by a goal to nil?
No, or
if
England
they play
wins
as a team,
Yeah,
or
but
England will score two
2
goals to nil.
That's what I'm saying.
But you just said you don't believe England can score Ghana.
No, I didn't say that. I said I believe in team. I don't believe in names.
So if Ghana plays as a team,
Yeah.
they will win by a goal to nil.
Okay, so
If they
we will
don't,
win.
England will
But you don't think
defeat us 2 goals to nil.
No, I don't see a draw.
you're not happy with the draw?
No, it should be a win. You should go in for a win.
Win
But if you get a draw, we've qualified though. Anna.
yeah.
So
If you get a
I
draw,
mean,
we've qualified. And third best place is
we're likely to see a
So-
1 goal to nil against.
So if you get
England
a draw,
has scored 4 goals against Croatia. I think against Ghana is going to
You-
be just 1 goal.
and you not score cry, then you score them one.
Anyway, guys, it's
The brasher in this one. Find a way. Find a way.
No, this one they like this one.
Yehitaba, Yachajaba, fire, England, fire,
Gano dende, Rasta so dende. Gano dende, Rasta so dende. Gano dende, Rasta so dende.